Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. We are here in Lowell, Massachusetts for Friday Night Smackdown. And we are going to go ahead and open up here SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes' open challenge for the United States Championship. We have him, Carmelo Hayes, coming out, of course. We just finished up the very first PLE of season number 2. That being Backlash. And now we are moving on. We are moving forward. As next up, what we got is Money in the Bank. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Money in the Bank is next, and we will be having the qualifying matches for that next week, I believe, is when they go ahead and begin. So we'll go ahead and be seeing that starting next week. Of course, Carmelo Hayes has already been defending his championships multiple times. Of course, when he originally won it, he defended it against Jimmy Uso. The very first time at WrestleMania, he went on and started the open challenge. He defended it against, who was it? Damian Priest was the first one to answer. And then we had Leon Slater, who went ahead and answered. We had The Miz. We had Tony D'Angelo, who's going to answer here tonight. Sami Zayn is the man to answer the United States Championship Open Challenge. Can Sami Zayn dethrone Carmelo Hayes here tonight and become the brand new United States Champion? So that is Jimmy Uso, Damian Priest, Leon Slater, The Miz, Tony D'Angelo. This is his 6th title defense in this title reign, as Carmelo Hayes has been doing a very good job with this open challenge, proving that just because he doesn't know what to expect does not mean he's coming in here blind. He knows how to handle these situations, and he has done a very good job at doing so, as here is our opening matchup. Carmelo Hayes puts his United States Championship on the line in this open challenge, and the man to answer this open challenge is Sami Zayn. That is what's on the line here tonight, the United States Championship opening matchup. Carmelo Hayes, Sami Zayn. Who will leave Massachusetts? Who will leave Friday Night Smackdown still or new United States Champion? As we go ahead and begin this matchup, these two are going to go straight for the brawling, some back and forth action very quickly into this. These two are going to go at it, and it has kind of been a routine of these open challenges for them to just be incredible matches. It was an incredible matchup against Damian Priest. It was an incredible matchup against Leon, against The Miz, against Tony, and here tonight against Sami Zayn. We are hoping to follow the same recipe. We are hoping they follow that same rule of having these matches be absolutely incredible. And so far, it is looking like it is going to be exactly that, as these two are going at it. Sami Zayn, of course, participated in a number 1 contenders match not too long ago for the WWE Championship. Unfortunately for him, he did fail, so maybe pivoting a little bit, looking in a different direction at a different opportunity for a different championship, but would still be nice to go ahead and hold the United States Championship as Sami Zayn sends Carmelo Hayes straight into the turnbuckle. And we will be hearing from the current champion. More likely than not, going to discuss what happened at Backlash. Going to discuss the number 1 contender, Jacob Fatu. And I heard he has a couple surprises here and there for the WWE Universe as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned in, as later tonight we will be hearing from the Viper, Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, the current WWE Champion, 15-time World Champion, Randy Orton. He will be the man who we will be hearing out later tonight. Of course, Naomi, the Women's WWE Champion, will also be talking it out later tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. But for now, we keep our focus here on this matchup as Sami Zayn able to counter Carmelo Hayes dropping him to the ground. But oh, look at Carmelo Hayes. This has been something he pulls off, and I don't know how he does it. He seems to get a second win, and he uses it very well, as now he may be able to put Sami Zayn away. A kick out at one by Sami Zayn. Carmelo Hayes a little shocked right there, maybe expected to at least get the 2 count right there. But this matchup continues as now Sami Zayn sent to the ropes. Missile drop kick straight to the face of Carmelo Hayes. And now Carmelo is going to be looking to fly right here. Oh, does not connect. Does not position himself properly. And messes up right there. This may allow Blue Thunderbomb from Sami Zayn into the pinfall. Is this enough? No. Carmelo Hayes able to go ahead and kick out, and this matchup continues. But Sami Zayn is still fighting. Sami Zayn is still in this matchup. Sami Zayn wants to keep on going as he looked to send Carmelo Hayes straight into the turnbuckle. Unfortunately for him, well, I don't know if it's fortunate or not, but the referee was in the way that allowed a slight advantage to Mr. Carmelo Hayes for a bit. Sami Zayn gonna continue his attack. And now Sami Zayn is being countered. Carmelo Hayes with a huge stunner. Big damage onto Sami Zayn by Carmelo Hayes. And now Sami Zayn still fighting back somehow, some way. And now Sami Zayn may be looking to do some big damage. Well, he has taken a good amount. Sami Zayn can pull something off here. A missile drop kick sends Carmelo Hayes down. Incredible damage being done by both gentlemen. What an incredible matchup this has been. Both men throwing everything they have at each other. Both men continue to kick out, continue to counter out of each other's moves. And this continues to move on. And Sami Zayn here trying to target the right arm of Carmelo Hayes. He is able to do some nice damage here. Boot to the back of Carmelo. A couple of stomps, a couple of kicks, and now Sami Zayn may be charging up something here. Carmelo Hayes may be in trouble as Sami Zayn gonna look for the second Blue Thunderbomb. Carmelo is able to counter, and Carmelo Hayes now with an opportunity to get onto the attack as Carmelo Hayes charges up. This may be the chance he wanted. Carmelo, big stunner. Sami Zayn may be out. Carmelo Hayes is not finished though. He wants to do more damage. Sami Zayn somehow still able to counter, and that may have been a mistake from Carmelo Hayes, maybe trying to bite off a little more than he can chew. And unfortunately for him, Sami Zayn is back in control. That was the opportunity for Carmelo Hayes to potentially look for the pinfall, to potentially go ahead and secure the victory. But it may just have gone to waste right there. As Sami Zayn now in control. Off of the middle rope, double axe handle. Carmelo Hayes is looking very weak. Knee to the face, and it busted open the face of Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo now bleeding. I'm telling you, these matchups are always incredible. And it is continuing to follow that same routine, that same recipe here. As what a matchup this has been. As now Sami Zayn looking for the Blue Thunderbomb, and he connects. Sami Zayn now charged up. Sami Zayn is not done. He wants to look for a little more, and Carmelo Hayes is definitely in trouble. As this is the move that Sami Zayn used to put Gunther away, to put Jey Uso away and put them on the shelf, and now gonna hit it onto Carmelo Hayes, and Sami Zayn to become the new United States Champion. No! Carmelo Hayes is still in this. What the heck? Carmelo Hayes is still fighting back. I have not seen a single man be able to fight back from that. I've not seen a single man survive that move, but the ring general Gunther away. The same man who retired Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, Goldberg, AJ Styles, and Carmelo Hayes has just been able to survive it. That is the move that allowed Sami Zayn to be a World Heavyweight Champion, to defend his title as a World Heavyweight Champion, but it doesn't work on Carmelo. Instead, he connects nothing but nets. And now Carmelo, in order to secure another successful title defense, Drags Sami Zayn away from the ropes in order to not have a count broken. 2, 4, kick out to Sami Zayn. What the hell are these two made out of? Sami Zayn has been able to kick out, and somehow both of these men are still in this matchup. I don't even know what the hell is going on. I am in absolute shock. What a matchup. This is Sami Zayn, Carmelo Hayes. Both men are going at war for the United States Championship. That is the value. That is the prestige that comes with these open challenges. And we see that value. We see the stock of the United States Championship rising. All because of Carmelo Hayes, who hits a huge crossbody onto Sami Zayn, who is dripping blood as well, leaving his blood on the mats, on the floor, anywhere and everywhere as these two are battling it out on the outside of the ring. Oh my days. My voice is almost gone from the shock, from the screaming of how these two have been able to escape one another's moves. Carmelo hit the big knees. The nothing but head. Sami Zayn still kicked out. Sami Zayn hit that crazy freaking power bomb off of the middle ropes onto the turnbuckles. I don't even know what you call that move. I'm going to call that the Black Dragon, since he had the Blow Dragon power bomb or whatever. Yeah, the Black Dragon is what we're going to call it. I don't care if it's wrong. And Carmelo didn't even allow Sami Zayn to look for the pinfall because Carmelo countered instantly. These two are like freaking Batman versus Superman. They know one of each other's moves. They pull out new moves. Still able to kick out. Still able to counter. Still able to get moving. It is crazy. But very well in control right now. It's still Carmelo Hayes as off of the middle ropes. Big leg drop. And Sami Zayn is bleeding more than I think I've ever seen him bleed before. Carmelo, is bleeding too, but at least right now, he is the man in control as he slams down Sami Zayn. And he may be setting up for a second's nothing but net. And it looks like he may be able to connect, and he does! That's gotta be it. Sami Zayn may be out, but Carmelo wants to secure that he isn't able to reach out for the ropes, drags him to the middle, looks for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, now it is. What an incredible matchup. Carmelo Hayes is still the United States champion. Oh my days. Oh my days, I cannot believe this matchup. Instant classic. Hall of Fame match. This is a Hall of Fame worthy matchup. What an incredible match between Sami Zayn, between Carmelo Hayes. Both men gave it their all, but at the end, once again, it is a United States champion, Carmelo Hayes, who gets the job done against Sami Zayn. And what a war that it was. But Carmelo, at the end of the day, with that nothing but net, was able to get the 1, 2, 3, both men bleeding. But it is Carmelo Hayes who leaves with a championship, and he is still the United States champion. Another successful title defense, another successful open challenge for Carmelo. And by the looks of it, as of right now, there is no one that will be able to beat that man. What an incredible matchup that was. And that was only the opening, man. I am sorry, that should have been the main event, because what an incredible matchup that was. It is going to be hard to top that match. That is a match of the year contender. I mean, honestly, it feels like each and every single one of these open challenges is worthy of being match of the year contender, but more so that matchup. That was absolutely incredible. But ladies and gentlemen, as great as that was, we must keep moving forward. As next up, we have some women's singles action. First, we already saw her come up to the ring. An incredible opportunity for her as here tonight, Zoruka faces off against one half of the tag team of the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez is facing off against Zoruka. An incredible opportunity for Zol, still undefeated here at the main roster. She hasn't lost in quite some time here on the channel. I think the last time was when she lost her speed in North American Championship, but since then, she won the NXT title. She beat AJ Lee when she was a world champion, right? Zoruka has been doing good, so as much as this is a difficult challenge for Zoruka, we have seen that she can definitely, come out on top even as the underdog, so do not count her out. Of course, Raquel Rodriguez, a freaking huge powerhouse. She has the numbers advantage. She has Liv Morgan in her corner, who will definitely be willing to go ahead and help her out, get involved a little bit. So, both women should not be taken lightly. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup right here as Raquel Rodriguez, Zoruka go ahead and face off against one another. One-on-one action here in the women's singles division. Of course, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan usually take part of the women's tag team division. They lost those titles, and it seems as though they don't mind kind of pivoting away from that for a little bit. It seems as though they may take a little break trying to see if either of them can win some singles gold, but they definitely will have those women's tag team championships in their minds. Of course, they still have their rematch clause. Last time, I believe, as soon as they activated their rematch for WrestleMania, they went ahead and won those titles back. I think it was a little bit before WrestleMania. But point is, usually when they lose, they quickly win those back, and it's usually, just a fluke, and they just build themselves up, or they use that as an opportunity, for example, like right now, to get some singles action going. So, point is, congrats to, the Dungeon Dolls, but very quickly, Liv and Raquel could definitely seek those women's tag team championships again, and have a very high chance of going ahead and winning them back very quickly. I think, becoming 6-time women's tag team champions together, being Raquel's 7th if they were to go ahead and win it back. But we do have some new faces joining the WWE. Oh, look who is here. Roxanne Perez, the women's intercontinental champion, on the wrong brand, but maybe here to distract Zoruka. Maybe trying to help Raquel Rodriguez out. And Zoruka is very distracted, as Raquel Rodriguez may be able to use this to her advantage. No, Zoruka able to counter. And that may have been a huge mistake. That was the opportunity that Raquel needed to potentially secure the matchup. Not able to get it done, and now Zoruka could use this to her advantage. Instead, as a front flip clothesline off of the top ropes, and Zoruka not done yet. Big stunner to the neck and face of Raquel Rodriguez. As Zoruka now sends Raquel flying. And now Zoruka was getting distracted by Liv Morgan by a bit. Quickly broke off the hypnotizing whatever and decided to focus on the matchup instead. Very smartly done. And now Zoruka with a big slam to Raquel Rodriguez. Zoruka now may be looking for the Soul Snatcher. Raquel Rodriguez may be in a very, very tricky position. As Raquel Rodriguez, no, maybe not. Zoruka maybe looking to do some extra damage onto Raquel Rodriguez before she looks for that Soul Snatcher. And she uses those turnbuckles very well in order to go ahead and do some big damage. And now this has got to be it. Zoruka charging something up, using the ropes. Soul Snatcher. Raquel Rodriguez had the opportunity when Roxanne interrupted. She wasn't able to do so, but who took advantage of that? It was Zoruka, who has just gone ahead and gotten the victory. Congratulations to Zoruka, a big victory for her. She has just been able to defeat Raquel Rodriguez. I'm not sure what the intentions were with Roxanne Perez. Is she helping the Judgment Day? Is she going to join them? Is she just here because she got paid to be here? I'm not sure why she decided to even think about intervening with the matchup. But nevertheless, it worked out in Zoruka's favor as she was able to hit that Soul Snatcher and pin Raquel Rodriguez for the 1, the 2, and the 3. Congratulations to Zoruka. Another big victory for her. She keeps moving up the rankings. She keeps climbing up. She's already pinned a former world champion, and at that time she was a world champion. I think if she made the case for a world title opportunity, I genuinely think Nick Aldis would go ahead and give her one, but I know she's a little smarter than that. She wants to build herself up. She wants to go ahead and make sure that when she gets that opportunity, she wins. But for now, we have the WWE Champion. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Cody, I'm sorry, my brother. You can never challenge for my title as long as I hold it. As for Jacob, I'll see you next week. The match is set. Me and you for my WWE Championship. And to everyone else who participated in that number one contenders match, don't worry. You guys will be all getting opportunities at me and my title. And Randy Orton with some big news. First and foremost, probably the biggest. Next week, it is confirmed Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton going to go ahead and battle it out for the WWE Championship. The number one contender, Jacob Fatu, gets an opportunity at the champion and his championship next week here on Friday Night Smackdown. And Randy didn't finish there. His big surprise was there's going to be more championship matches. That those people who participated in the number one contenders match will go ahead and get their opportunity. So I'm not sure if that means right after Jacob Fatu, for example, give an opportunity to Drew. A couple weeks later, get Ilya, and then get Sami Zayn or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what he means by it, but it is a big surprise and big news for the WWE Universe. I get to see more title defenses. With John Cena, we rarely saw them, usually at PLEs. With Randy, it seems as though we're going to see them a little bit more consistently. That's going to be very good. So, first and foremost, we'll focus on next week, as that will go ahead and be Mr. Randy Orton, 15-time world champion, the current WWE champion, defending his title against the number one contender to the WWE Championship, Jacob Fatu. Those two will go face-to-face and be in action next week, title on the line. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we must keep moving forward as we have a number one contenders matchup. This is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We have Los Garza, the Street Profits, the Wyatt Six, and the MFTs. A fatal four-way tag team match. All tag teams, all members of the tag teams are able to be inside of the ring all at once. There is no tagging. It is going to be a crazy brawl. We go ahead and begin this match quickly. Number one contenders match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, currently being held by the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Mr. Chris Sabin, as those two defending their title successfully on the first Friday after WrestleMania against Pretty Deadly. Can't remember if they defended it since then, but looking for some new challengers, and one of these four tag teams will go ahead and be able to face off for a championship opportunity. We have Berto and Angelos Garza. Could have became AAA World Tag Team Champions about a year ago, a little under a year ago at Saturday Night's Carnage, but they had more beef with the Payasos Locos on just beating them up than getting titles, so they ended up losing to disqualification, but they definitely got the good beatdown on Psycho Clown and Pagano. Then we have Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits. They are two-time former WWE Tag Team Champions. They had those titles for a good chunk of the beginning of the year. During Season 1 of My Universe, they lost it to Los Reyes, who would eventually lose it to the Motor City Machine Guns. And then it went to the Hardys, then back to the Motor City Machine Guns. But Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins have that experience of being champions, of defending it against the likes of the MFTs, against DIY and Wyatt Six, etc. They have that experience. Then we have Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis. I'm not sure that they've held titles together. Possibly in NXT they held some gold. Back then they weren't part of the Wyatt Six as they are today. But since being part of the Wyatt Six, I don't think they've gotten any gold, so they do lack a bit of experience when it comes to that. But nothing says that they can't get that job done here tonight. They've definitely pulled off some big victories against some big tag teams that are former champions. So while they don't have experience as previous champions, they do have experience at beating champions and being in these high top matches like this one right here. And then, of course, we have the Tonga Bros, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, part of the MFTs, held the WWE Tag Team Championships previously when Solo Sikoa had his own little bloodline now. And now the MFTs, I believe just former one-time WWE Tag Team Champions. They have that experience. Would definitely like to go ahead and add some gold to the MFTs and potentially become two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. So all four of these tag teams have their experience in their very own way, whether it's through actually having titles or just simply participating multiple times within these championships, number one contenders opportunities. So it is going to be a very interesting matchup. It has been quite a crazy matchup, and I haven't apologized for it yet, but I'll go ahead and do so right now. I mean, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 superstars all over the place. I am bound to miss some action. I am bound to mess up some names. I am bound to stumble on my words. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and apologize just in case if I end up doing that. I don't mean it. I'm not perfect. I'm going to try to be, but, you know, just be patient with me if I go ahead and mess up. Over on Monday Night Raw, we saw the incredible ladder match between Fraxium, the Vision, and Los Payasos Locos, where we were able to crown brand new World Tag Team Champions. And maybe that could happen here too. You know, the Hardys still have their rematch clause. Maybe, you know, they come back. They're also on a bit of a part-time, a lot like AJ Lee. Even the Nemeths are kind of on a part-time. These guys are a little older. They need, again, more time to go ahead and get things done. It takes them a little longer to recover, so they are on a part-time, but they can return as soon as number one contenders are crowned and be like, yo, we want in on the action. We can see another ladder match that I would not mind one bit. But for now, we still do have to crown the number one contenders. And I think it is super evened out. What I say constantly about these matches is, you know, not always does the best team win. Not always, because sometimes it's just about being in the right place at the right time. Right? You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the strongest. If you just happen to find a weak opponent at the right place at the right time where you can get the pinfall and you can happen to get that 1, 2, 3, then you go ahead and get the victory, right? You don't have to be the best to win the match. You just gotta be at the right place, right time, and Angel may very well be in that right place right now. Angelo Dawkins able to counter, slamming him down straight onto the sledgehammer. Big damage being done onto Angel right there, but quickly the mess continues inside, as I believe that was Tonga, Dexter Loomis, and Angelo Dawkins inside of the ring. Montez Ford going to go ahead and join up as well, and this is an incredible matchup. Who will leave here tonight as the number one contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championships and get an opportunity at the champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, and their WWE Championships. As still to come later tonight, of course, we will be hearing from the WWE Women's Champion, Naomi. We will also be hearing from All Ego Ethan Page. Now into some matches. We will be seeing Chelsea Green in action, Ricky Saints in action, and in the main event we have the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre facing off against the very leader of the MFTs, Solo Sikoa, as those two look to keep moving up the rankings in the WWE Championship division. That to come later tonight as we move our full focus here on this match. It is quite hectic. There is steel steps where they don't belong, chairs and metal bats all over the place, bodies all over the place, and oh, I didn't even see that. Berto, I believe, just stole the victory and pinned. I cannot tell if that was Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa, but I believe it was one of the MFTs who got pinned by Berto. And Los Garza have just secured the number one contendership to the WWE Tag Team titles. We take a look back at some of the action, so many things happening all at once. We see Berto right here. Was it Angelo Dawkins? It might have been Angelo Dawkins. It was Angelo Dawkins as I look at the replay. And it is Angelo Dawkins who ends up eating the pin. A bleeding Berto gets the 3 count. And Los Garza have just gotten the victory. And they will be getting a championship opportunity against the Motor City Machine Guns. Congratulations to Angel and Berto. I have to say, huge underdogs in that match, but it's about the right place at the right time, and that's exactly where Angel was at, where Berto was at. And that allowed him to go ahead and get the 1, the 2, the 3, and just like that, they get the victory and a championship opportunity in the very near future is set out for them. As for now, we must keep moving forward. We have some women's singles action. First, we have Chelsea Green, and very shockingly here tonight, no Piper Niven, no Alba Fire. Very shockingly, she is coming out here alone, almost taking away that advantage she normally has and putting her at a slight disadvantage. It's one-on-one singles action. Things are leveled out. Usually she likes that slight advantage of having Piper Niven, of having Alba Fire. So, we'll see how things go. I'm not saying that she can't win without them, but, they usually end up helping a lot. But nevertheless, here tonight, she faces off against Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame, Chelsea Green, women's singles action. The good opportunity for Izzy Dame to go ahead and potentially be a former Women's United States champion in Chelsea Green. Especially, again, without the help of Piper Niven and Alba Fire. This gives Izzy Dame a evened out playing field. Could they come out of nowhere or be hiding, trying to pull off a little sneak attack? Sure. But for the moment, it looks like we have an even playing field, and I'm not sure who can go ahead and win this match, and that's going to make things very interesting here tonight as we have Izzy Dame and Chelsea Green women's singles action up next. As we see these two, I believe this is the first time they go one-on-one, face-to-face, and Chelsea Green, before the bell can even ring, boot to the face of Izzy Dame once again, started nice and quickly, and Chelsea Green gonna go ahead and continue dive very deep into getting things into her favor and being in control. Izzy Dame is able to counter, but very quickly, Chelsea Green has done some decent damage onto Izzy Dame. As Izzy Dame here now gonna try to potentially look for the submission hold here. Chelsea Green may be in trouble. Maybe not, as she quickly escapes there knee to the face of Izzy Dame as Chelsea Green now targets the left arm of Izzy Dame. And now, big elbows to the face and upper chest of Izzy Dame, doing some big damage, and now another elbow drop onto Izzy Dame. As Chelsea Green now, once again in control, looks to climb the top ropes, looks to fly in a huge elbow drop off of the top ropes into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Izzy Dame. We already see the frustration growing in Chelsea Green. I think she wants to put this match away nice and quickly. Isn't able to do so just yet. Looks to continue doing some damage. Izzy Dame is able to counter right there with a boot to the face of Chelsea Green. However, look at this. Chelsea Green is still countering, still in control, in a DDT onto the face of Izzy Dame. And now Chelsea Green, as she looks to climb the middle ropes, looking to fly once again, a big splash onto Izzy Dame. And Chelsea Green, Tatum Paxley is here. I believe she's on the wrong brand. Maybe helping out Izzy Dame. I think they did have... Oh, hold on. Right behind her with a sledgehammer. And does connect onto Chelsea Green. Tatum Paxley walks away. About to give Izzy Dame the victory. Izzy Dame is weak. She is struggling to crawl her way into a pinfall. A very dangerous position. 1, 2, no, only one. Chelsea Green still able to kick out. I was about to say Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley had a small, I don't know what you would call it, team up or down at NXT right after Stand and Deliver all over the offseason. They seem to have connected, but I did not think enough for Tatum Paxley to try to pull off a move like that, but she went ahead and tried it, and it almost costed Chelsea Green the match. However, she is able to kick out. She is still standing, and now may be able to beat Izzy Dame as she looks to charge up the final blow in this matchup, looking for the unprettier. Oh, Izzy Dame able to counter, keeping herself alive in this matchup. Is Chelsea Green going to have to try again later in order to put Izzy Dame away? Is still in control, doing some nice damage. Izzy Dame trying to fight back. Chelsea Green shakes her head. No, you ain't getting this. And Chelsea Green looking very good in this matchup. Looking like a very seasoned veteran. Not trying to call her old, but just trying to say she looks like she knows what she's doing out here. Big elbow drop off of the top ropes. Some big boots. And Chelsea Green once again very dominantly in control, diving straight into the deep end and being able to very easily swim as now she charges up. Is gonna look for the unprettier. Can she connect this time? Yes, she can. Is this enough to beat Izzy Dame? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Chelsea Green with the victory. Charlotte Flair, the Queen Charlotte Flair is here, the Women's United States Champion. And it looks like Chelsea Green is basically announcing that she's ready for Charlotte Flair. And it seems like Charlotte Flair knows that next in line for this championship is Chelsea Green, as we have a little face-off. And we could be seeing this be a future matchup. Both women seem to want this championship match. I guess we just gotta wait for it to be confirmed. Congratulations to Chelsea Green on that victory, potentially earning herself a championship opportunity as well. We now have All Ego. Let's hear him out. Joe Henry, I would have beat you if it wasn't for that dumb referee who counted way too damn fast. But how about we get rid of that? How about we have a match? No holds barred. No countouts. This time, we'll find a definitive winner. So I'll see you soon, Joe. And this time, I'll make sure I get the win. And it looks like All Ego, Ethan Page, and Joe Henry will be having a rematch in the near future. Could be next week, could be in a couple of weeks, but point is, they will be having a rematch. This time it seems as though they want a no-holds-barred match in order to make sure there is a winner. Of course, last time it ended in a draw. Both men were counted out. Ethan Page kind of twisting the tail. He said he would have won it. I was there, I was commentating. Joe Henry was very much in control, and it was basically the fact that Joe Henry started seeing right and just wanted to do big damage onto Mr. Ethan Page. That kind of costed him to stay outside of the ring for a little too long and end up getting counted out alongside Ethan Page. But hey, this is the opportunity for Ethan Page to win Just because Joe Henry was controlling in the last match does not mean it will happen again. So they tied. And very soon in an all-holds-barred match, hopefully next week, depending on what Nick Aldis wants to confirm, we'll go ahead and see a definitive winner. But for now, we keep on moving forward. We have, Matt Cardona is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest signing to SmackDown, Matt Cardona. He's not finished. He has returned to the main roster in here tonight. He faces off against the absolute Ricky Saints. This our next matchup here tonight. Of course, we'll still have Drew McIntyre, Solo Sikoa in the main event. We will be hearing from the Women's WWE Championship. Oh my days, I keep saying it. We will be hearing from the Women's WWE Champion, Naomi. We won't be hearing from the championship. And I believe that's it. But for now, we focus on this next matchup. Matt Cardona, Ricky Saints, one-on-one action. Both of these men were in NXT as of last season. And now, for both men to be back here on SmackDown, that's certainly, like good looks. And it seems as though they go ahead and understand that, as Ricky Saints may be looking to shake Matt Cardona's hand. We have some mutual respect right there between the two. They understand, look, we've made it for Matt Cardona and Ricky Saints. They've made it again. Right? Ricky Saints before his, I have to say, his AEW phase, and then coming back to NXT. He had a couple matches here on SmackDown. He wasn't the big name he is now. But he's been up in the main roster. Same with Matt Cardona. He was the big name back then as Zack Ryder. He won the IC Championship. He held the United States Championship for a little bit. Tag team titles as well. And he's very close to becoming Grand Slam champion. If he can become a world champion here in WWE, he would go ahead and complete it. But a bit of a test to see how far these two have truly come. As we see them in action, Ricky Saints looks for the pinfall right here very quickly. Has taken control of this matchup. Of course, Matt Cardona's wife, Chelsea Green, just got the victory. So I'm sure Matt Cardona will want to follow so they can both celebrate. As Chelsea Green may also be earning herself a United States Championship opportunity. Could become the very first two-time Women's United States Champion. And of course, I talked about this very quickly, very briefly at the end of Monday Night Raw, is that we are starting Money in the Bank qualifiers very soon. We're going to have a total of 8 superstars for the men, 8 for the women, and I believe it's 4 Raw, 4 SmackDown for both men and women. So it's going to be looking like 2 men's qualifiers, 2 women's qualifiers per show for 2 weeks. And then we got Money in the Bank. Well, of course, it won't just have the ladder matches. We'll also be having those championship title defenses. And we'll definitely be confirming some over the course of a couple of weeks. But very exciting times. Of course, we just finished up the very first PLE here of season number 2 of My Universe, and that being Backlash. And we are continuing things as we jump into Money in the Bank, probably one of the biggest shows. I think I could say top 3. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. You could make the argument for more, but it's definitely those. But I may have to shut up about this because Ricky Saints may have just put away Matt Cardona. 1, 2, 3. Yes, he does. Ricky Saints with the victory. Too distracted about talking about Money in the Bank, but hey, that is coming very soon. So make sure you guys stay very tuned in to this qualifying matches. Start making some predictions here and there. My money is on Tommy Invincible. Only joking. He's not even here. The main roster still grinding it out on Evolve and NXT. So only joking. But maybe one day Tommy Invincible. Maybe one day. But nevertheless, that'll come as the weeks go by. For now, congratulations to Ricky Saints as he has gone ahead and gotten the victory here tonight over Matt Cardona. A very nice victory for Ricky Saints. I believe here on the main roster. Don't quote me on this, but I do believe he is undefeated here as of returning to the main roster, as of this call-up, as of this season number 2 call-up. So, congratulations to Ricky Saints. A nice victory for him. Welcome back to Matt Cardona. I'm sure this is just a small hiccup in your journey here back to the main roster, and I'm sure he can go and, pick up right where he left in. Well, maybe not because he's a little older, but point is, he still should be pretty darn good. Anyways, we have the Women's WWE Champion, Naomi. She has something she wants to say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. So Jade's going to want a rematch. Bianca wants a shot at the title and use her rematch. And I've been thinking, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So at the Money in the Bank PLE, it will be a triple threat match. And ladies, best know I'll still be leaving with this championship. And whoa, look at that. We were just talking about the Money in the Bank ladder matches in the PLE as a whole. And it has just been confirmed that Naomi will defend her Women's WWE Championship in a triple threat match against former champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I mean, this title has been jumping and hopping around between the 3. It started with Bianca, then it moved on to Jade, very quickly switched back to Naomi. And now it looks like this is hopefully the final bout between the 3, the thing that puts this rivalry away. I'm sure they'll have hatred for each other. I'm sure they're still going to have their problems, but at least, put them on their separate paths for a bit. Is this triple threat match for the Women's WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. That has been confirmed. So for now, we have the 2 ladder matches and that triple threat match. Things are looking very nice for this Money in the Bank PLEs. I already have heard backstage of a couple potential more confirmed matches. We'll hear of those as things go on. But hey, it's alright. I know stuff that you guys don't. Don't trip, chocolate chips. It's alright. Because it is time for the main event here tonight. Drew McIntyre, Solo Sikoa. Both men trying to move up the rankings. Of course, Randy Orton had said that he will be giving opportunities to everyone who participated in that #1 contenders match. And one of those guys was Drew McIntyre. So he could be getting a WWE Championship opportunity in the very near future. So Drew McIntyre doesn't have to do much in this matchup if Randy is basically already securing him a championship opportunity. I mean, would it look good to go ahead and get a victory here against someone like Solo Sikoa? 110%. But if you already got it secured, you don't got to go ahead and what's the thing? You don't gotta trip so much. You know what I mean? You can lose, you can win here tonight. If you think Randy has truly secured it for you, there is no need to trip Drew McIntyre. But I'm sure he's still gonna want to get the victory here tonight as a huge headbutt to Solo Sikoa. Quickly getting distracted. Of course, Solo has a numbers advantage, not accompanied by all of the MFTs. Uh-oh. I was about to say Tama Tonga Loa. Both of them were just in a matchup earlier today, so they wouldn't be here for the main event. But it looks like Tonga Loa, who is behind Drew McIntyre, is here trying to do some damage. Drew McIntyre able to counter right there, stealing the steel chair and he takes 0 damage from that. Solo Sikoa trying to get his goons to help him out get the victory. But instead it may be Drew McIntyre as he connects with the Claymore. May have just put Solo Sikoa away. 1, 2. Solo Sikoa is able to kick out at 2, but even with all this help from the MFTs, from JC Mateo, Talatanga, Tangaloa, even with all of that, Drew McIntyre is very much in control. So Solo in a very tricky situation here, taking lots of damage while you would think he has that numbers advantage. He is just not really able to use that to his advantage, right? He definitely seems to be struggling here against Drew McIntyre, who is very much in control as Drew McIntyre grabs Solo Sikoa, sends him inside of the ring. Referee's count, gets the 5 now. Drew McIntyre with a big double leg drop onto Solo Sikoa. And now JC Mateo once again distracting the referee, and this could lead in a ejection. Is he gonna get ejected? I guess not. I guess the referee, oh no, he has been ejected. The referee almost, just let JC Mateo pass by, decided maybe not. And instead, JC Mateo has just been ejected. Not even with the help of Drew McIntyre. Solo Sikoa's advantage that he wasn't even using properly has just gone down. And now referee is distracted, fixing the padding on the turnbuckle quickly. Back in control. As Solo Sikoa was looking for a big boot right there. Finally able to get some damage going here. Drew McIntyre quickly changing things around. Was looking for the finish, but Tonga grabbing the legs of Drew, interrupting him right there. Drew quickly able to get back onto the attack. And now Drew McIntyre is big rush straight into the corner of the ring by Solo. Drew McIntyre still being able to counter a huge headbutt. And now Drew McIntyre gonna go and look for the second Claymore of the match, and connects. Solo Sikoa may be out, but Tonga distracting Drew once again. This may allow Solo Sikoa to be able to stand up, to be able to recover just in time. Drew McIntyre able to notice what's going on, steps away from the conversation. Instead, gonna look for another Claymore. 3, 2, 1, and connects a third Claymore. And there is no way Solo Sikoa kicks out of this. No, there is not. Drew McIntyre gets the victory. 3 Claymores. And even after all the help from JC Mateo, from Tonga Loa, Solo Sikoa really stood no chance here tonight. He seemed off of his game, and Drew McIntyre was very much in control for, I would say, over 95% of the match. And Drew McIntyre, who by Randy Orton should potentially get a future WWE Championship opportunity, he also gets the victory here tonight, which pushes him up the rankings. So whether it's the Randy's Promise or through the rankings, Drew McIntyre is moving his way up for a WWE Championship opportunity in the very near future. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys all next time.